Evening, everybody. How is everybody this evening? I am not ready at all. I thought I was. Wait a sec. Hope you all can hear me and see me okay. Come on, YouTube, be kind. Hope you all can hear me and see me okay. Let's turn the echo off. I hope everybody's had a safe, relaxing week. And nobody's been up to mischief. So hope you're all okay. Tonight, I am doing free motion on the sewing machine. Good evening, Miss Rian. Good evening, Jan. Hi, ladies. How are we? Hope you're well and okay and safe and all the above I am sending you. How is everybody? I just noticed that everybody's starting to come in. So last week I did a block with you all. I'll show you the block that I did last week, and it got me thinking, because I did say I was going to go away and redo the block, which I did. Did it on a small scale, so each square was 4.5 or 5 inches, I think. That was the one I did last week. I did the tulip, didn't I? But I wanted to take that pattern and make it again, but make it and using the exact same fabric. So what I've done is I've turned the leaves round and I've used the exact same fabric to do the tulip. Therefore, you can see a little bit more. Now, all the lines on here, I'll explain in a minute what they're all about. But if you notice what I mean when I said about last week, you'll notice that the leaves, you're looking at the leaves, that's what I meant by wrong way round. Can you sort of see them upside down? So I think I'm going to stick with that sort of pattern, and that's where I'm going to go. So redid that. I've got lots to share with you. If you're not in my group, why aren't you? No, I'm messing. If you are not in my group, then I told my group I have a new tool. Good evening, Lorna, sweetheart. This is a bobbin winder. It's been my new best friend at the minute. I've just noticed it's got a wire. I wonder. I just noticed there's a wire because I just thought it was on battery form, but obviously not. I didn't get sent a wire. Anyways, this is a little bobbin winder. Let me open it up. I'll unlock you. That's what it looks like inside. And it basically, you can sit in the living room and wind your bobbins up in the process. So I sat in the week and I wound all my bobbins ready to use for tonight's live. I've got blue, pink, purple, multicolour pink, brown, big pink, white, and like a dark purple. For my bobbins. Now you will need a free motion. Good evening, Carolina. For your free motion, you will need something called a open toe darning foot, I think it's called. Don't quote me on it now. I'm going to check my instructions because it's like with you all, I am learning. While I'm waiting for everybody to come in. A darning foot, open toe. You'll need one of them to do your free motion. Now, what I've done is, because I'm going to be doing some free motion on the block we made last week, is I went ahead and I iron on interfacing on the back. Now, I buy my iron on interfacing from Amazon, and I can't remember, I think you get 2 or 3 meters in a pack. It's lasted me ages. And it's iron on, which means you don't have to sit there and base stitch all the way around. You've simply got it to go. So I did that. What else have I got? Have I got anything else to share with you on YouTube? If you notice, that's another thing. If you notice as well, I have been down a couple of videos. My videos, I've got loads of videos to film, things that have been sent me, things I've made, things other people have made, and I've made the videos, I just haven't put them up on YouTube. I went to do it the other night and my software is not working. So you have to forgive me for less videos. Good evening, little Sue. How are we, sweetheart? How are you all? Are you all safe and well and keeping safe? I hope you're all keeping safe. Just reading comments. I can't do free motion on my machine, the very basic, and I can't drop the feed dogs. You should be able to drop the feed dogs. You should be able to drop the feed dogs. I'm wondering why you can't do it. Send me over a picture of what your machine is called, because I would think that you could do free motion, and the only reason you're saying you can't do free motion is because you can't drop the feed dogs. They should be somewhere. On my basic machine it was hidden, on this machine it was hidden. No, Claire, I can't. Have you tried looking, I know it's a stupid question, have you tried looking at the side of the machine? Because normally the feed dog button's at the front and this machine's at the side. How do you do it, Claire? The feed dogs, right, how do I film it? Yes, I have. You've looked on the side. Now that's strange, see? A basic machine should be able to do that. We'll have to investigate, mystery. I think we'll have to investigate it. I'm not giving up on it just yet. And under the storage box. And under the storage box. Yeah, because I'm not giving up on it. Is it at the back? At the back of the machine? Is it at the back of the machine? I wonder if Miss Reed's had a look at the back. Been all over the machine. Right, I'm not giving up. I'm Miss Marple. I'm an investigator. I'm gonna investigate that one. I've got a button on the side. Yeah, feed dogs is basically what your feed dogs are. If those that don't know, on your machine, on any sewing machine, your feed dogs help pull the fabric through. So they sort of go around like a rotating, like a clock in their own way. But as they come up, they pull the fabric back to the machine and then come down and then they pull the fabric back. And then that's how they do it. Some machines have got buttons. Some machines have got clips. Some machines, you turn the feed dogs off by the tension. So I just thought of that. So I wonder whether that's I'm wondering for you. For my machine is on the side, but I had to look on my new machine because I couldn't find it. But I'm wondering whether it's on the tension, whether you can turn it, because of course if the feed dogs aren't down then you wouldn't need the tension. Anyways, so an open toe darning foot is what you need. You can buy them, as far as I know, for any machine. As far as I know, but obviously not for Mystery and can't find the button, or if there isn't a button, for instance, to drop the feed dogs, then I'd be mistaken. But I'm going to investigate it. So an open toe darning foot, you can. I've got on the end. It looks like a C shape. That's the way to describe it to you, and that will help the needle move around to where you want it to move. So let me share with you now. Let me share with you how I'm going to attach it. Oh, she's gone quiet. I wonder whether she's looking, whether it's something to do with the tension. Right, let me take the foot off. So this attachment here, perfect picture, Colette, couldn't have got that in perfect. This attachment here is the attachment. So if you want to attach a foot, you can do. You could drop your lever down, and any machine's magnetic, it'll pick your foot up. So I'm going to take my foot off because I don't need that. Now this is what we need to take off for our open toe darning foot to go on. Miss Ryan's gone quiet. I wonder whether she's looking on the tension. And I am not giving up, Miss Ree. I promise you I'm not. You undo the screw. Obviously, don't lose it. And your little lever, it's important that you keep that because you'll need that to put your regular foot back on. So I've got like a little tip for you all. I've got next to me like a little, what do you call them, palette, colour palette, where you sort of, I looked it up a while back, but it's not possible on my machine. Someone said something about putting duct tape over feet. Yeah, I've heard about that as well. And cover. You can buy covers to go over the feed dogs, like a white. I've seen them. I know what you're going on about. It's like a white cover. Let's see if I got it in my little sewing box. Like I said, I'm not dropping this because I'm on a mission. Where did I see? Where did I see? No, it's like a white cover and it sticks on the top of the feed dogs. I'm trying to think. I came across my little box, my little pencil case with all my bits and pieces in. When I remember where it is, I'll get it out. I came across it the other day, and funny enough, that was in there. There's a little white cover. You can buy them because I got one for my basic machine, but I never use it. And it's a little white cover, and it attaches. There's a space actually for you, and it attaches on here, and it can either go from top to bottom or go to side, but it stops the feed dogs from moving, so you're able then to do free motion. It's a white cover. You can buy them separately, of course you can, to put on your machines. I'm trying to think what my pencil case is for my basic machine, because I come across it the other day and I thought, oh, I'll keep that safe. Put this screw in now, lefty loosely, righty tighty, so I'm going towards the screen. Right, once you get your screw on, take your screwdriver. Now, each machine will have like a little screwdriver, but they're all the same, or like a little Allen key or something. Right, tighten it all the way up. I wonder whether I found it in my drawer. I come across it the other day. And when I find it, I'll send you a picture of what I'm going on about, because in there there's the little cover. Right, now fabric thread wise, like I say, I've got all my bobbins sorted. So what I'm gonna do, I've started to draw on this. That's what I meant to tell you about. Exactly. I've started to draw on this. Now, with any free motion, you want to make sure that you've drawn your pattern. And what I've done is I've drawn it on with a friction pen. Now, a friction pen, for those that don't know, comes out via an iron. If I was to iron over this, it would come out. It will come out. So what I've done is I've drawn on my tulip, and I'm going to go round the stitch of the tulip where the tulip begins, but then I'm going to make an actual indent of a pattern going inside of the tulip shape. Not only that, my leaves, I've created leaves. Now, like I say, you can create what you want to create. Different patterns will obviously make different things. So for example, if you just didn't want to posh around with any of the thing that was on the outside, and you just wanted to do something simple, draw a wavy line all the way up to the top, right? And then come back down with your wavy line. And then back up. And if you do that say I wanted to keep all this plain, you'll end up with a bit of a picture going on, because what it'll do, it'll create a picture. The other one you can create, and I'm sorry you guys can't see, is a straight line. There's a particular way you draw it on the machine as well, and a bubbles on a straight line. So draw a straight line, draw some circles, and then how you do it on the machine is you go up from your straight line, go to the top of your circle, around the other half of your circle, and back up to the next circle, to the top, around the other half of the circle, and you're back up to the top. And that's how you would draw a bubble line. The other one that's really fun to do is a feather. So how you would draw, now all this is going to come out by an eye, and you'll see in a second. But how you would draw a feather is draw a curve. It can be anywhere, don't have to do it in a particular place. And what you're going to do is start from the bottom of your curve, you're going to go up a little bit, and you're going to draw one half of a heart. You're going to go back up onto that line and draw the other half of your heart. Back up then to this curve, and when you get to a certain point, stop, the other half of your heart, and then the other half of your heart. And you keep going, but you make your heart smaller. And that is called a feather in free motion quilting. So I'm just trying to, when you come to the top, you do a single one. So that is what you would call a feather. You've got your bauble one, and then you've got your wave one, and then you've got a classic crisscross, where you make loads of lines, and then you can crisscross them. But the other thing I meant to tell you is, as well, you don't have to do all this freehand. There are actual tools like shapes, acrylic shapes, that will help you. And there's sort of gaps in between acrylic shapes, so that you can feed it on with your free motion darning foot. You can feed in the inside of this acrylic shape, and it'll make shapes for you if you're not confident in making shapes. So there are acrylic shapes especially for free motion quilting. Now I have put interfacing on the back. It's really important that this fabric is stiff, because the machine's not gonna guide the fabric. It's not guiding the fabric, I'm doing it. I've got to make sure that this fabric is stiff. So you can do that with two ways. You could either put some interfacing on the back, or you can put it into a hoop. Now, to put it into a hoop is a bit different. So you can buy several different hoops to do it in. And again, if you've seen me on the group, you would know how to do this really. Right, usually when you use a hoop, you unwind it a little bit. I'm not going to use a hoop. I want to show you on this one, because I'm not going to use a hoop because I want more wave, if that makes any sense. Usually when you use a hoop, you put the biggest part first, you would take the inside, and then you would push from the outside. And that's how you usually would use a hoop. With sewing, it's the opposite way around. So your bigger piece goes in the back, your fabric, and then the inner circle. So let me find, and what that does is that gives you this shape, which in turn you're able to lift. Say this is your needle, you're able to lift your needle to go over the hoop to then embroider inside the hoop. As I said right at the beginning, I'm not going to use a hoop, only because I'm doing a complete block. I've made sure my fabric's stiff to keep the tension, and I'm also done some lines on my piece as well to make sure that I'm not going anywhere. Now let me just, I need to plug in I'm running out of space, and I don't know why I'm running out of space. Where's my... There we go. Nearly set fire to the house. Well, I'm blaming it on Chris at the minute. But yeah, in the week, I bought a little travel iron. And I sort of forgot to knock it off. So you see how my lines have vanished? It's because I've used a friction pen. All I keep thinking about is that little... Is it in my top drawer? No. No, not in there. I will come across it. I will come across it. And when I do, I'll show you all, not just reading, but I will show you all. I'm going to make sure my stem is a bit longer. Now, here comes the fun bit. I'm going to change the thread in my bottom bobbin. And I'm going to have, because I want my stitches to be noticeable, I think I'm going to go with green, because then I could do the... No, I don't want to go with green. I'm gonna go with this multicolored one. Let me see if I can find... Oh, I'll show you all about. Let me see. Perfect. Okay. I'll come back to that in a second. Before I drop the feed dogs, I want to make sure that I have my snippers next to me. I've got my pins. My snippers, which is around just somewhere. Probably staring me in the face. Oh my word. Where's my snippers? I found a piece of fabric as well to test my loops off. I'm going to take the thread from the bottom, never from the top. Otherwise, if there's dust particles in your machine, you're dragging the dust all the way through the top of your machine. We thread this. Good evening. 165. Good evening, big man. I'd love to know your name. I'd love to know your name. I don't think I've seen you before. It's nice to see a friendly face. It's lovely to see you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. I'm going to thread all this again. So I bought myself, and I don't know whether anybody else has done this. I know, Sue, you've done it. I bought myself a little greenhouse. There you go. Pulling the thread. I bought myself a little greenhouse, so I'm hoping to grow my own veg. Good evening, Jane. I'm guessing that's Big Mama. I saw it. I'm guessing that's Jane. It's my glasses. I got my glasses on. You'd think I'd be able to see the writing. Good evening, sweetheart. Right. I'm going to start from the bottom of my stem, and what I want to do is keep the thread going. I want to make sure you guys can see first of all, because I did this on the group and half of it you saw and half of it you didn't. So what I want to do is keep my line going. Then give it a few minutes to YouTube to catch up. And there. So as you can see some of my lines. So I'm going to drop the feed dogs. Before I do, I have got a piece of, I'm losing the will to live. I'm gonna, got a piece of thread here, and all I want to do is make sure, yeah, that's working before I drop it. There's my feed dogs dropped. Right. Right, I'm going to go from the stem this time. And don't forget, with free motion, you're moving it. You will find that it's a bit strange, first of all, because the machine's not moving it for you. But it is nice and satisfying when you come. I'm just going to go back. Doesn't matter if your stitches aren't big. Or straight. Now, some people, when they're free motion, they can keep going without stopping. I find it extremely hard to. And all I'm doing is I'm following my line that I made earlier around the leaf. I really want to be able to see the stitches that I'm creating. As you can, oh, you can't see it. Wait a second, I'm going to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Now, my stitches aren't straight at all. I'm going to make sure that the star and thread isn't getting in the way. My stitches aren't straight at all. I'll show you my stitches. Once I've done the leaf, my big dog's not down, I'll show you it. So all I'm doing is I'm going round the leaf shape. And again, I've done some accident lines, so I'm going to keep going with it. And you can drop, if you've got a basic machine, you cannot, of course you can do it with this one actually. I think I might do it actually. I'm going to drop the feed dogs. Right, I'm going to go in the middle of my, see how my line's not straight? It's fine. I'm going to go in the middle of my leaf. And the idea is that when you free motion, it's a bit like handwriting. When you handwrite, you don't keep stopping the machine, but I can't do it without stopping it. And like I've said before, for me, it's practice mode. I'm trying to guess where I've put my leaf. I'm drawing it on the side, so I can't see it. And you just keep going. Now I've dropped the speed down immensely because my lines aren't straight. And let me show you what it's looking like so far. I've also got one that I've just drawn a butterfly on. So when I finish with this, I thought the next block would be really nice if it was a butterfly. So yeah, as I was telling you about my day before my machine rudely interrupted me, I don't know whether anybody else has been doing this, but I've been wanting to grow my own veg for ages. In fact, last year, what was it last year, the year before, a couple of years ago, me and my husband, Chris, as you all know him, we grew our own veg. We planted it in the ground, and we had a cabbage on, massive. It was huge. We had beetroot, cabbage, whole 9 yards. And yeah, we grew that. So what I've decided to do is grow my own veg and see how it turns out. Now I'm going to go over this line again, only because I think it's not risen. Right, let me share with you what we've got so far. That is what we've got so far. Now, as you can clearly see, my lines aren't straight at all. They are not straight. However, I've done it so that I've got a line in the center of my leaves. The picture should catch up in a sec. I've done it so I've got a line in my leaf. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep going with the purple thread at the bottom, but I'm going to switch the top thread because I want to do the butterflies on the outside, and I'm going to switch that. I'm just looking now, to a lighter purple because I really want to show this tulip up. So let me do that. Here's my scissors. Yeah, so me and my husband grew our own veg. I bought a greenhouse. I've only ever done it once, and I didn't look after it, to be fair. Just let it grow. So I bought a greenhouse. I'm all ready. My seeds are coming tomorrow. Oops. My seeds are coming tomorrow, and I bought the whole 9 yards. I bought herbs, plants, all sorts of stuff. Wait a sec, it's not threading properly. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So I'm hoping by this time next week, or in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to take some pictures and show you what it looks like. So yeah, is anybody else attempted to grow their own veg? Or is it just me? Right, I'm going to make sure you guys can see before I go any further. I got some veg plants on order. I went away to grow in containers, but they won't be ready till May. Should have some nice salad veg for the summer. Exactly. I think I've got herbs, which won't take long, like coriander, thyme. I did do mint one year, but it sort of took over, so I haven't done it this year. And what else have I got? Basil. I just did. Not that we use basil like loads. And yeah, just went for it. Just went for it. I thought, well, I'm only going to grow veg once. If it's easy enough, I might do it next year. But at the moment, yeah, doing it this year. So we will see what it turns out. I did manage to cook coconut cake today. So that's what I've been up to. Now, again, I'm following my lines I created earlier. So what I'm doing now is I created a butterfly earlier. And I'm going to leave my needle in there and swivel this round. I'm going the wrong way. Right. There we go. So you start off with small. There This is loopy. I don't know why this is loopy, so I'm going to cut it. It's beginning. See how it's just done it? There's some loops, which I don't want it to do. There you go. I'm just going to start off in that corner. To think sometimes where the needle's going. The tension. Yeah, it was the tension. So I've done a little loop. Now I'm going to come up to the butterfly. I'm going to ignore the leaf for a minute. So yeah, I got tomatoes, got cucumber. Has anybody ever done it and grown their own veg and got any tips? Because like I say, I'm a bit all rusty. This is my second attempt at growing veg. I bought a greenhouse, but they will be in containers. It's not like a glass greenhouse or anything like that. It's more, I'm going to bring you over so you can see what I'm doing. It's more of, it's one of these plastic greenhouses from eBay. I'm going to just bring my needle. And start to loop again. Let me turn the tension up again because I think it's the tension that's causing the looping. I'm going to go a lot slower as well. My stitches on. Keep going. I have slowed it right down because it was looping. See, it was alright at a certain point. Oh, I might put the. Oh. I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to put the lavender I started with back in because it's beginning to loop. I think certain threads drive me nuts, and I'm not unpicking all this. So I'm just going to cut back. See, it wasn't looping from there. So that tells me it's something to do. I know you guys can't see anything. That tells me it's something to do with the top thread. So I pulled you right back so you can see what I'm doing. So all you can't see is just my hands. And I'm going to pop back in the lavender that I had to begin with. Might not stay on for very long anyway tonight. I think I've done too much with all this lockdown talk. Oops. All this lockdown, I've been doing way like loads than that normally I wouldn't do. So Yeah, my legs were hurting me earlier, I must admit. So has anybody got any challenges or knows for any challenges going on that we can talk about and share? I'm going to pop this back in. And I'm going to pop it back on 2, 3. That's what it was on. I should have just left it. Next week I'm gonna get my craft block out. I think it's called craft. No, builder's block. My builder's block. It's a thing from Crafter's Companion, and it's basically I think you get 8 shapes in builder's block, or was it 9? 8, and you can make absolutely anything. I'll show you some of the patterns now in a sec. So I thought we would do a shape out of builder's block. YouTube has the answer to the meaning of life. It does, Miss Rian. It surely does. I think I'm definitely going to have a look on YouTube. My lines aren't straight. I'm going to turn it. Oops. It's catching on the back, but where it's catching on the front. Yeah, it is. I think I was moving it too quick for it to sew anything. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And I'm going to go back down in the middle. Oh, no, it's not. And then I'm going to do the other half of my butterfly. I go on the other side. So I do one side, come back in the middle, and then do the other side. And then I'm going to show you my builder's block because I nagged for it from birthday. I was like, yeah, I'll use it. And I have used it once. I was like, no, Claire, you got to start using the things. Do you know what I was looking at the other day? Is I was looking in my drawer. Who has got loads of paper pads and buys them and thinks, oh, I'll use it for that project? Because I have tons. So I refuse now to purchase any more paper pads until I use the ones I've already got. Just in a little bit. This is what I've done so far. This is our little butterfly. And I've got, what I've done is, let me turn the light on. Where's I going? Right, that's better. What I've done is I've gone round one side, back in the middle, and down the other side. And what I'm doing now is I'm just making like little, around the edges, like little half circles, just to give the butterfly a little bit of shape. And where I've made the mistake before of looping, it'll sew it back in for me as well. So in sewing, you always make happy mistakes that you think, yeah, it's a on purpose. I have got loads of paper pads, and I was looking at them the other day and I'm thinking, Claire, why did you keep on buying them and buying them and buying them? And I'm like, yeah, I'll use it for this project. Oh, I got something in mind for that. And you can guarantee it's on the to-do list of stuff to do. So I'm going to go back over in the middle, and then I'm going to do the same on the side, semi-half circles. Because I've got my speed slow as well, that's why I'm going slow. Because I'm going too quick, and it was either that or I was going the wrong way. The machine to catch up. Cool. It was a journal Sam the Scottish Crafter sent me last year, and I wanted to add everyone. I wanted to be right. I missed a bit. Need to get on and change it as most posts. If I missed something, I got my 2 years on YouTube. Oh my word, Sue, have you? What is it? What is it, Sue? Oh, I'm gonna have to have. Oh no, I'm gonna just have to have a look. I'm gonna have to join your challenge. What is it? Tell me what it is. Is it you're doing something with journal? I think I just read the comments because I do forget you are watching. I sit and chat away and then I used to forget to read the comments. So Sue is on her 2 years of being on YouTube. How amazing is that? And you are posting all the time. Also, I'm well chuffed for you. I really am, sweetheart. I'm wondering what your challenge is now. What have you sent us all? Is it something that we've got to send in? Or is it something that I'm going to turn this around on that side? Just going to give this another semi-half circle this side, and then I'm going to stop my butterfly. Oh, how amazing is that? 2 years being on YouTube. I'm so chuffed for you. I really am. Right, I'm just going to go swivel. And I just got this little bit to do. There we go, in the center. And then I'm going to read Sue's comments. It was a journal Sam Scottish Crafter sent me last year, and I wanted to add everyone how wanted to be entered to make something to go in it. That's who, not how. Oh, right. So it was a journal someone sent me last year. Right. I'm completely baffled. Need to get on and change it to the most post now. I got you. So what are you doing for your challenge? So you're doing a journal challenge? I'm confused. I'm so confused. It's because I'm not keeping up with the comments. It was a journal that Sam the Scottish Crafter sent me last year. I wanted to add everyone. I wanted to be in the enter to make something to go in it. Right, I see. Shiny Silver Treasures Facebook page has a colour challenge every month. This month is to make something yellow and orange, then post it on the page. Ooh. I have lots of paper pads that I bought to use on one paper out of it. I know, I'm exactly the same, Sue. Do you know what? I can guarantee you, right, if I buy this paper pad, I'm going to keep an eye out on your channel now for your challenge on what you've set everyone to do. I wonder what you've inquired everybody to do. I wonder. So all I'm doing at the minute is I'm going to go round in a circle, and then I'm going to stick this on top of my butterfly. Shouldn't be squeaking like that, but it is. that is what I've done. Let me see if I can raise you up. Oh, come on. That is what I've done on that side. I've created a little butterfly and I've popped her on. Now I'm going to concentrate on this tulip in the centre, and for that I do want to put pink in because I don't want the pattern to be quite deep inside the tulip. I want it to be quite like you can see it when you're up close, that sort of thing. I got an entry. I've got an entry today. Thank you so much. How are things with Dawn? How are things? So you've got a challenge then, Dawn. Miss Dawn, have you got a challenge? Like, that's it. You have to tell me what your challenge is now. See, I'm missing everybody's challenges. Days for me are going really slow, and I'm finding if I'm busy, then I'm finding it okay. It's when I'm stopping and thinking about what's going on in the world, and that I'm sort of finding, oh, what do I do? Like the other day, I came in this. I haven't been in the craft room for 2 weeks because I'm just having that feeling of like, yeah, okay, what do I do now? So yeah, you've got Dawn's entry. Am I reading all the comments wrong? Please ignore me if I am. My legs are in pain and I'm just trying to do some free motion. I won't be on for long. I doubt it for tonight. So please forgive me if I'm reading the comments out wrong. I don't mean to do it. I do like talking to you, sweetheart. No, Sue, no apologies needed. So yeah, Sue was saying that she has the same feeling as I have. That you buy a paper card and you can guarantee that you just use like one page out of a paper pad and you think, yeah, it's in the drawer for safekeeping. I'm going to use it for a different project. Of course I am not. So I'm challenging myself with all this time that I'm going to make something with one of my paper pads, and I might set a challenge on YouTube that you make something a month with your paper pad. Now you can make it and film it, or you can make it and send a picture of it. But it's one project a month out of one of your paper pads. And that's what I was thinking of doing, because it would motivate me. Now this is not liquid, so it might have been a thread. It will motivate me into actually doing something, because I'll be able to see all your lovely entries. But not only that, I thought it could get everybody going, looking in their drawer. And it's ages since I've done a challenge. I haven't done one this year. I do giveaways, but I haven't done a challenge. Sorry, so I had forgot that I was entering in your challenge. I'm going to be entering in Sue challenge. I think Sue being on YouTube for 2 years is a celebration in itself. Well done, Sue, for being on YouTube for 2 years. I know you love posting videos, and this is good again. And one of the things I recently watched, in my opinion, for your old video, is you making a paper snippet bowl. I loved it. I loved it from the moment you sent sneak peek to me to the moment it went on YouTube. So yeah, and you make lots of different things. You have to, if you haven't already, Miss Sue, if you're listening, you'll have to film. I don't know whether I'm allowed to mention it, whether Sarah would have had it by now, because I think so. Her birthday's come and gone. I don't know. You have to film the dress you made for her, because that was amazing. I can't believe you sat there and sewed that. I was in awe of it today when I was looking at it. I was like, oh my word, Sue's done this. So yes, so that's my little challenge I'm setting everybody, is to use a paper pad. It can be any paper pad, you have to make something of it. So whether that's like a tag, a cover to a notebook, an envelope, whatever it is, and we'll see. I'll do it as part of a, not challenge so to speak, but let's do it as part of a lockdown not and swap on YouTube. So I guess everybody making things out of their paper pads. So all I'm doing is I'm following the line I created earlier. With like, this is like a real dull pink, but because I've got the purple bobbin underneath, that's why it's working so well. So I'm coming back down to the middle, and I'm going to go right down to the middle again. I know a lot can't say about how I'm thinking of moving day to the end of summer. Hope this lockdown is over. Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it be lovely? Be so lovely. Do you know what I'm looking forward to when this lockdown is eventually over? Is being able to go out to the craft shops. That's the one thing I'm missing. Being able to go out to the craft shops. To go to Hobbycraft and the Range. And I know they're doing a lot of it online at the minute with everything going on. It's not the same as in getting in your car and filling your bag up of that one thing that you wanted in the craft shop. It's not the same. So that's why I'm looking forward to. And going around the charity shops. I think I'm going to appreciate life a lot more when this lockdown is finally over. Because the simple things that I couldn't do before, I possibly can do now once it is over. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too long. Right. There's a loop there. I am looping tonight, I think. I'm looping because I'm going too fast for the machine to keep up. There you go. So if you are wondering, that's what I miscut. The simple things in life. Simple things. I think that's what I'm going to appreciate a lot more, is going out to the shops, going down to the seaside for fish and chips. Yeah. We were going to go to a country show in the summer. Well, of course, because everything being with this virus, everybody was cautious as it was. But they obviously, because of the lockdown, they've now cancelled it, which is quite sad, really, because I was looking forward to it. Right, I am going to go down now to my middle of my stem. I'm going to turn this completely around. So I'm going to be going on your channel a bit later to see what your challenge you've set, everyone. Sarah is unicorn daft. You've got to show Sarah's dress, because I thought it was phenomenal earlier. And you showed me. I can't find time to film anymore or to do craft things. I'm homeschooling Jack and Sarah, plus Mike is working from home and he is on calls all day long. Wow. How are you finding, for those that have got children, how are you finding homeschooling? Is everybody like, because I know some parents on TV I'm not minding it at all. I did hear of the other day that somebody had their child, obviously because they were homeschooling them, and for one lesson had to print out 60 pages. That was just for one lesson. So the time that you're paying for petrol or diesel, whatever it is you pay for your car, for your children to go to school, you're paying for 100 times over on printing. So I think that's crazy in itself. I think that's stupidly crazy for it to be like that. Claire and I found a lovely little antique and vintage aquarium with a fabulous little cafe. Oh, I know. It's actually on YouTube. Brian found it on YouTube. And it was on the news the other day because they weren't in the cafe, but it was on the news. Everybody's been putting rainbows on their windowsills. I don't know whether you guys have been doing that, but everybody's been doing rainbows, and apparently that signifies, it's a symbol to the NHS. So yeah, and they stuck a rainbow on the gate. Oh, it was amazing. I bought a couple of things while we were there. I bought this beautiful cake stand that I'm going to share with you now in a second. But when I bought it, it had like little heart cupcakes, wired heart cupcakes attached. And it was beautiful as it was. It's just I couldn't do anything with it because the little cupcake hearts weren't that big. They were about 2 inches, possibly less. So you were limited in what you were going to put inside it. Once I've done this little flower, I'll show you what I mean. So what Chris did is he cut the little hearts off. So I've got little wired hearts now to alter, but he cut them off, and I'm able to use the stand. But I was thinking the other day, on the group we did a unfamiliar flower challenge, and most often than not on the swaps and stuff, and especially with the swaps I've, Happy Meals I've done on YouTube, we all make each other flowers, and I like to use the flowers on top of jars, but then I think, oh, I'm putting glue on top of I'm putting glue at the back of a really nice flower. So it's got me thinking about, because I really want to use them and how I would use them, but keep them without putting glue on the back. I came up with an idea. I think that's all I'm going to do tonight because my legs are hurting, but I want to share with you a couple of bits and pieces. Oh, God. Bear with me 2 seconds while I set the camera back up. Let YouTube sort of figure itself out. That is what, I know I haven't done it all, but that is what I've got. And I might get rid of this because I think I should just put one butterfly on. It's not so neat on the back though. That's what it's looking like at the back. I did tell you it wasn't so neat. So that is my first block done. My second block, and we did cut it out. I've drawn a butterfly on there, but I might keep the fabric because next week I have lost. Oh, God help me. I have got a what's it called? Builder's block. And you think I can find it when I most need it? Oh, it might be in here. Wait a second, bear with me 2 minutes. Might be in here. Where's my builder's block? Oh. it in here. Right, I did have it out. I promise you I did have it. Last place to check is over here. No, can't see it. My builder's block gives me shapes like these. I gotta give you the shapes. So these are the shapes it gives you. Now, what it does, it gives you little corner pieces. So you're able to sew them. You do a 1/4 of an inch. The 1/4 of an inch seam allowance is built in. So you don't really have to think about it. But you're able to stick the corners on. And then you're also able to make a flower out of the leaf shapes that they give you. So, for example, if I found my book, I can show you the examples I've done. But I can't, so you'll have to bear with me. So you can make a butterfly out of it, which is what I was thought to do. So you have to sort of think about 4 being there. 2 for each side of the wings. I have got 3. Like this, look. Like that. But you sort of have to think like that. But you have to think of a butterfly. And then you've got these corners that you can sew in. If I had another one, I'd be able to do it. This is built a block. I've got the leaf die set. I've got the die, but I haven't got the book. I don't know what I've done with the book. Tell you. This is the builder block. So you get give me strength. Right, so you get 3 corners of different sizes. You get small, medium, and large, and then you get the leaf in the middle. Now the leaf ones in the middle is what I'm going to use next week. The leaf ones you can make butterflies out of, flowers out of them, all different sorts, and they give you some really nice patterns. So that's what I'm going to do for the next block, I think, because like I say to you, all the blocks will come together once I've done. I'm thinking of doing at least 12 blocks being these, at least 12, and then I can make like a little mini quilt. That's my thinking. So that's what I'm going to do next week. But I want to share with you. Let me read some comments. Sarah loves Debbie Shaw. Learn to sew with kids. She made monster and wants to do the pencil case tomorrow. Did you share the monsters on the group? Was it? Because I did mention on Thursday or Wednesday's live that I saw your monsters because they were amazing. Because she made the big one and you made the little one. It was amazing. Debbie Shaw's amazing. She makes amazing things and she takes the fact that kids are in consideration too. Thank you, Dawn Marie. Thank you so much. Yes, I saw it, sweetheart. I thought it was amazing. I mentioned it on the group. I think I mentioned it Wednesday. There are some craft YouTubers who are making things from things we can find around the home. Some are really creative and inspirational, and also I have a ridiculous stash. I have a ridiculous mustache. I know. I think I'm gonna start up with my videos. I haven't been doing any videos, and it was only yesterday I noticed that I was a bit low. So anyway, I want to share with you this cake stand. I'm hoping you guys can see it. Let me move the camera a little bit over towards the cake stand. Tell me if you can see it or not. Let me knock the light on. It would help if the light was on.
Did you break?
Nothing. Right, so my cake stand, this is the cake stand. Now, when Chris cut the wires off, he had these. This is what he was left with, those. And I had to tell you those. They're not that big. They're about 3 by 2 inches. They're not that big. So it got me thinking with flowers that you've all sent me, because I wanted to make something. I wanted to make something, a feature of the flowers. So what I've done is, I've been sent like little paper clips, like little things, and I'm thinking I want to put them to good use. So what I've done is I've taken a paper clip and I've paper clipped the flower through the wire. But got me thinking you could do that on a hanger and hang the flowers that way in your room. And I've got like several different ones on here. Some like these were ones the Shilpa made. This one, if I move it back around that way, I kept the little tags on. So if you've sent me a little tag with a flower, I've kept it with it, so I know who's made what. So Pauline made me that one. If I move it all the way around, this was one of the things we bought in the antique store when me and Rian went. I've got a little flower that the lovely Carol made me. Sarah made me that one. And then on the top is these little kickstands. They're not that big. And what I've done is, at Christmas, my brother bought me like a little glass set, and I did some glass painting, and I kept, this was one of the things that we saw in the antique shop. What they did was they took some silk, like pieces of silk, and they made like a silk trim, like silk ribbon, but it's all different colours. So what I've been doing is I've been keeping it in a jar, and then when I want a piece, it unwinds without it falling on the floor. So that's what I've been doing there. And so yeah, got me thinking about keeping those little things that you all made me and then hanging them. And then these paper clips, oops, these paper, there's one loose flower up the top because I was trying to put it. These paper clips Carolina made me, and I managed to put through the bars of the wire of the cake stand. And there's a little heart, like little piece that's come off that was in my little swap. There's loads of things, but I wanted to share that with you, if nothing else, because I thought, like I say, I didn't want to. I've used the flowers before and I've stuck it on jars, but I've got flowers, and I'm thinking, but I don't really want to wreck the back of the flower with glue. I want to display them somehow. So got me thinking about displaying it on there. And all I've used, like I say, are little safety pins. But you could pin it on a wired hanger. You could pin it on I'm going to try and pin it on like a wicker basket to give you guys some inspiration there. But yeah, that's what I thought. Or what I've just thought about is you can take an embroidery hoop and take a piece of ribbon, wherever it is, and sew the flowers to the ribbon, and then you've got an embroidery hoop full of flowers. It's just like little things like that. So not only have I got all these little wired hearts now that I can alter and use as frames, but I've got the cake stand, and what also Chris did, he sprayed it with some spray paint that I bought from Amazon. It's like almost like baby pink kind of colour. And yeah, that's what he did, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to fit anything in them. So I wanted to give you some inspiration there. So next week I'm going to be making the second block, but I'm going to be using my build block to create the block. So I hope you're with me next week. And at some point or another, I'm also going to be using a cord stitch. A cordon foot. And it's where you can attach thread and sew on the machine without it interfering with the needle and the the actual thread that's on the machine is where you can sort of add it as a feature rather than sort of getting in your way sort of thing. So yeah, I wanted to share that basically with you. So let me read out some comments. Thank you, Dawn, sweetheart. Oh, pretty fabric. Thank you, Miss Ryan. So much Ryan. My stop is open, but can't go out and search for new things. No, and that's the idea. I can't go out, and that's what's sort of killing me at the minute. That so I quite like going out and stuff, but yeah, I can't go out at all. Right. I think I am caught up with all the comments. Please stay safe wherever you are. I know tonight's live's been a little bit short and all over the place. My apologies again. I will be back, however, next week at 9 o'clock. And we'll be using the builder block. Now I think I've only used it twice. But when I find the book, I'll show you the samples that I made. I keep moving things and remembering that I know where they are, and then when I go looking for them, they're not in the place that I thought that I put them. If that makes any sort of sense. Please stay safe wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing. And like I say, if you've got a hanger or embroidery hoop and you've got some handmade flowers, try pinning them and see what you come up with there. I will look out for Sue's challenge. I'll also look out for Shiny Silver Treasures challenge. And Sue, sweetheart, whatever it is, I will be joining it. So I will be joining in. So I will love and leave you. Thank you for all the thumbs up and the thumbs down. I know some of you commented on it last week about the thumbs down, but do you know what? It's a view at the end of the day. So let them be. So, but I wanted to say thank you for all the thumbs up as well. So I will love and leave you all now. Have a lovely rest of the day or weekend, wherever you are in the world. And I will catch up with you on tomorrow's live on my Facebook group. Or if not, I will be posting videos this week. Or I'm going to try and get into the routine back and try and post videos. And I will speak to you all very soon. Stay safe. Stay in. Have fun, whatever you were doing. And yeah, just stay well and safe. And I will speak to you all very soon. Take care, ladies. Bye for now.